It was an extravagance of royal proportions. A room lined from ceiling to floor in amber. A single room worth a king's ransom. For 300 years, this extraordinary room wandered the world from palace to palace until it became the spoils of a vicious and horrific war. At last, it vanished into mystery, leaving behind only a few small tokens of its existence. If you were decorating your house, amber wouldn't be your first choice for covering the walls. The translucent gold-colored stone is actually fossilized pine tree sap, and it only occurs naturally in small chunks. But Frederick I of Prussia had lots and lots of amber in his treasure chambers. In 1699, his royal architect had the idea of using amber to wallpaper the king's study in his Berlin palace.
It really was the only case when such huge space was covered by amber.
After Frederick died in 1713, construction of the amber study came to a halt. The new King Frederick William was thrifty and practical and didn't want the amber room. The Tsar of Russia, Peter the Great, felt a little differently and wanted it for his own palace. So legend has it that Frederick William and the Tsar worked out a deal of sorts. The Prussian king, who was captivated by towering guardsmen, accepted a gift of 55 very tall Russian soldiers in exchange for the room. The amber panels were carefully packed into 18 boxes, loaded onto 8 carts, and shipped to St. Petersburg.
When Peter the Great got the room, he forgot about it. He was very busy with wars, he was very busy with political events, and the room was buried in the cellars of the palace in St. Petersburg.
Buried, that is, until Peter's daughter Elizabeth took the Russian throne in 1741. Elizabeth liked nothing so much as building palaces and decorating them. She first had the room assembled in the 3rd Winter Palace, where the room was used for official receptions. In 1755, the amber room was moved once again. Elizabeth sent a team of guards to pack up the panels and carry the crates all the way from St. Petersburg to the outlying village of Tsarskoye Selo. There, master architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli oversaw the installation of the room in the so-called Catherine Palace. But the new location was bigger than the original study, so Rastrelli ordered up more decorative amber elements and commissioned 4 Italian mosaics. The amber walls stayed inside the Catherine Palace for almost 2 centuries and was preserved, along with the palace, as a museum of royal excess. Then, in 1941, the Nazis stormed into Russia. Looting, burning, ravaging. They virtually destroyed the Catherine Palace, but not the amber room. On orders from Berlin, the amber room was once again packed into crates, 27 of them this time, and shipped back to Germany, where it was reassembled on the 3rd floor of the Palace Museum in Königsberg. The last time the room would ever be displayed. In 1944, as Königsberg was heavily bombed and the Palace Museum was burned by the Allies, the room was disassembled again and shipped off by the Germans to an unknown destination. All evidence of the room evaded trophy hunters and even eluded the Russian KGB until May 1997, when a 28 by 22-inch Italian mosaic was quietly offered up for sale in the North German town of Bremen. Ever since the war, stolen art has been a busy trade in Germany. And when the German police got wind of this mosaic, they suspected it could be part of the legendary Amber Room. They swept in and seized it. But the journey of this one surviving piece of the Amber Room was not over yet. In April 2000, the German Cultural Ministry returned the mosaic to the Russian government in a public ceremony attended by Russian President Vladimir Putin. The day before, the Russian government had agreed to return 101 works of art taken by Russian troops from German collections during the Second World War. The efforts at goodwill continue, and the mosaic is home again, displayed in the Catherine Palace, where a new amber room is being built to replace the lost original. And what became of the original amber room? Though there are many rumors and theories, the destination of the room's last journey is still unknown. The mosaic, sense of smell and touch, is currently on display in the new amber room of the Catherine Palace in Tsarskoye Selo, Russia.